If you know a reseller or you are a reseller, I'm about to go over some of the things that I actually use every single week in my business that aren't boring, in case you don't want to be the person who's given the boring gifts. And this would be perfect for Christmas, Hanukkah, birthdays, any other occasion. If you're like me, who's a reseller who hates being asked what they want for gifts, hopefully you agree with some of these and you can just send someone this video so you don't have to answer. Since I live in a van, most of my stuff is in the back, so I'm going to go grab it real quick. But all of the links that I'll have for everything will be affiliate links down in the description. If you want to support the channel by using those, that would be awesome. But hopefully this just gives you some good ideas overall. If you watched any of my videos before, you know I like using a whiteboard, so we'll write down prices for everything on here, and we might be showing some of the Amazon listings in case you're interested in exactly what the gift is. But let's start from the cheap stuff, and then we'll make our way to the most expensive things that you can get someone who wants to resell. And the first thing is actually one of my favorite things I've gotten in the past couple of months, which has saved me a ton of time while I'm actually doing shipments. And it's super cheap too. And that is this little crafting heat gun. It's only $12 on Amazon right now, and I got it for a couple reasons, and I love it. If you don't know, resellers have to take a ton of stickers off of items before they either send them into Amazon or ship them out to a customer, and it's a lot easier when you could heat up the stickers that are on like a Marshalls or Ross item so that the adhesive will loosen and it's much easier to take off. We'll deal with the residue in the second gift. Super cheap, super small. It gets very hot very fast, and it has this little flip down stand so you can put on a work surface and you wouldn't have to worry about holding it in one hand and trying to use your other hand. It's pretty hands free. So I'm super stoked that I got this for myself, and if you have a reseller who complains about taking stickers off all the time or their fingers are always hurting, get them this. But if their fingers are always hurting, let's talk about the second thing that I really like that I started using months ago, but I would never go back to before. All my stuff is very well used, but it's still gonna last me a while, and it's a sticker removing kit. It includes two things: Goo Gone right here, which helps to get the residue off after you take the sticker off, and then these little Scotty peelers, which are really nice because they act instead of your nail when you're trying to get stuff off of a product. It gets right underneath the sticker as your nail, and that way it helps you to lift the sticker off. These are actually returned, so I'm not gonna take the sticker all the way off. But after it's off, this Goo Gone will get the residue. And what's nice is that instead of buying everything separate like I had to do, you can just click into this kit and it'll pull up not only the Goo Gone, but also a metal Scotty peeler, which is a lot better for a lot of different types of products, and then the 3 other Scotty peelers that I have. And that Goo Gone might not look like a lot, it's only 2 fluid ounces, but I have been reselling for about 15 months, and this is the only thing of Goo Gone that I've had, and I've used it to clean stuff too. And so this is about 2 ounces, and it probably lasts me another 4 or 5 months. So for $15 to save some fingers, you really can't go wrong with that. For the third gift, I'm actually gonna wanna start off by asking you to not get something for this reseller. And I'm gonna ask you to not buy them an Amazon FBA course. There's a lot of courses out there. It's really hard to vet which ones are good. I've never taken any, and I personally don't know of any that are really phenomenal. And so instead of an FBA course, what would probably be better for them is to actually learn how to manage their money in the business, because there's so much free content out there, even like my channel, little shameless plug, that you can use to learn all that you need to know about reselling. That's how I did it, and that's how a lot of other people have done it. But learning about how to manage your money is something not a lot of those channels talk about, and I try to do pretty decently. But the book that really helped me to leave my job as fast as I possibly could by helping me manage my money in the smartest way possible is a book called Profit First. Now, this book is about $17, and I actually, when I clicked on it, saw that there was another one that's only about $10 on sale right now that's specifically for e-commerce sellers. It's by a different author, but it does have an acknowledgement from the author of the original Profit First book, so hopefully it's good. And reading or listening to this as an audiobook is going to be one of the most helpful things for them. So this Profit First book, $10 on Kindle, $17 hardcover, $10 or $16 for Profit First e-commerce sellers. And I have a video on how I apply that to my business as well that I'll link over here if you're interested, or if they might be interested. For the fourth thing, I always keep it up here in the front. I don't normally take it into the stores with me anymore because I have a bunch of electricity in my van. But we're still on the cheap end of things at around $23. I'd say anything under $25 is pretty cheap for a present. Normally what I pay for a present, honestly. But it's battery packs. I have these two right here. One's by Mophie, one's by Pocket Juice. I also link for 2 10,000 milliamp hour battery banks, which are really useful, and a lot of times I'll throw this in my pocket plugged into my phone while I'm sourcing if I forget to charge it, and that allows me to stay sourcing a lot longer than if I didn't have one of these. Those are something that I've used all the time and has saved my butt in actually finding profit. Now the fifth thing I don't actually have in person, nor do I have links for it, but I would have felt very supported by someone when I was getting started reselling if they would have gotten me one of these for the purpose of reselling, and that is gift cards to stores that I like to resell. This is a way that you can like pretty actively give them money without giving them money, because if they're reselling and you give them a gift card to some of their favorite stores that they resell, they'll be able to go and spend that and make money on Amazon and profit beyond what the gift card amount would have been. And I honestly would have just felt very supported by it. Some of the stores, if you're not sure which ones they might be, would be like Walmart, Ross, TJX, because TJ Maxx owns TJ Maxx and Marshalls, so they have TJX gift cards. You could use them at other places. And then kind of some wild cards, if you have them, are Academy and Staples. Those are stores that I really love to resell. And if you know that they resell but don't resell at those stores and you have them by you, if you want to kind of go a little crazy, you can get them some gift cards for those and see how much they love you, because I find really, really great stuff at both of these stores. But the price on this is $20 to infinity. If you have Jeff Bezos money, then they wouldn't be selling on Amazon because you would own it. That wasn't the right example. For the sixth gift idea, we're getting a little bit more into the immediate family presents, if you know what I'm talking about. It's like more than the cousin presents, more than the aunt or uncle presents. It's like we're spending $40 to $60 on this guy, and that is a Bluetooth barcode scanner. I put 40 to 60 because there's two options that I think are really good, and I've used both. One of them was actually sent to me, and I am having a review coming out on it on Tuesday. If you're a normal viewer of the channel, or if you want to be a normal viewer of this channel, subscribe for that video. The one that I have now is this eYoYo scanner. I'll show you the other one first because it's cheaper, but they sent me that one, which I'm super grateful for. But I'll give you a little bit of a lowdown on the difference. The basic one is cheaper. It's only $39 as compared to $60, but in the $39 one, you have to hold it in one hand. Kind of looks like I'm holding it now. And I really like it. The one feature that this has that this one doesn't have is this one vibrates when you scan something. This one doesn't, which I'm kind of annoyed about, but it is what it is. I personally bought and used this scanner for a very long time, which is why I trusted this brand to send me out a scanner and see what was going on. I mean, I would trust anybody to send me out something. I just wouldn't trust that it was good. But I used this for a very long time until I left it in my fishing bag for 3 months and it got salt water and rain all over it, and then it stopped working. As long as you don't do that, you'll probably be fine. And I loved it a lot. But if you want to go the next level, I really like this new scanner that eYoYo came out with. It connects to the back of your phone, and it's $60. I also have the link for that one down in the description. What's really nice about it, you could use it like the other scanner, just in your hand, except you do have to hold it a little weird since the scan buttons are on the side of it. But the great thing is you can just put it on the back of your phone, which is pretty simple. You just hook it on one side, drag it over to the other, and release. And then when you're holding your phone, all you have to do is point your phone towards something, and then you'll be able to just press the button since your finger's already there, and you'll be able to scan. But that's all for a later review. To get it off, all you have to do is just kind of slide it off the back. But scanners have helped my sourcing time go through the roof. It's so much easier to scan through a whole aisle of stuff, especially new stuff, when you have a scanner. So if you're a reseller or you don't have a scanner, I would pick one up this holiday season. The seventh thing is going to be something that I actually don't have, but really, really want and need. And so for now, I just use non-Bluetooth version of these. The seventh thing is a good pair of Bluetooth inner earbuds. I do use over-ear sometimes, but they're just a little clunky and annoying. But I've linked 3 different pairs down in the description. One is $20, and they're Skull Candy headphones, which I also find at Ross for like $20. But right now they're on sale for the same price. I also found some JBL ones, which are $50, which are really nice. And then $250 right now on sale for $200 are the Apple AirPods Pro, which is what I'm hoping to save up for. But the real reason why I like all of these is because it's a lot harder for someone to talk to you, or even like employees to talk to you while you're sourcing, and it just kind of puts you in your own little world, which is pretty nice. And that way too, if they are trying to talk to you and you don't hear them, or if maybe you do hear them and don't want to talk to them, you don't have to, because you can just say that you had your headphones on and they'll never know. All right, 2 more. Now we're starting to get a little bit more expensive. The 8th thing is something that I personally put off buying for a very long time, and everybody in my comment section said, hey, you need to do this whenever I make a video about shipments, and I'd be like, no, I'm okay, I don't need to. And now that I've gotten one, it's made everything so much easier, and I would definitely recommend it. If you can swing it, if you're a reseller, or if you can get it as a gift, you would be the best. But it's a thermal printer, and I put 100 to 190 because there's 2 different options. I really only trust the one, or I can verify the one. Some people have commented that the other one does work, or has worked, and it does have good reviews, but it's not the industry standard. The one that I have is the Rollo, and I guess this technically isn't industry standard either. It's cheaper than what the industry standard is, which would be like a $400 Zebra. But this one, or the Dymo 4XL, essentially any printer that prints really fast thermal labels, that does both shipping labels and little Amazon 1" by 2" labels, is really, really good. This one is $190, and if you're interested more in it before you pick one up for whoever, I would definitely check out my review, my full review and unboxing of getting this. But this has served me really well, and it serves a lot of people like years and years and years, and I anticipate that it'll do the same for me. The other one, which I'll just show you pretty briefly, I can't vouch for it, is right now on sale for $90. And so if you want to get one, look, I mean, it has 978 4.5-star reviews, $85 right now, and it does do both sizes of labels. I checked before I linked it, because I wouldn't do that to you guys. But if you bought someone a thermal printer for Christmas, and it's like something they needed for their business, whew, that's a great gift. The 9th thing we're going to have to sit down a little bit for. This one can be the most expensive. I didn't even write price references down because it can just essentially be however much it needs to be. But it also should be a conversation with someone who's reselling if you want to do it for them. And that would be subscriptions to further their Amazon business. If you didn't know, when you're selling on Amazon, there's a lot of different things that softwares can help you out with. You need to change prices of inventory all the time to actually get sales because everyone else is doing it. It's a lot easier to source and ship an inventory when you have a program like Inventory Lab. And so I have BQool for my Pricer. I have Inventory Lab for sourcing. You can get Keepa. I personally have Scout IQ, which I use the Keepa chart for, though I might be switching that soon. So I'll leave links to those 4 things down in the description with some free trials for them as well, but they can run pretty expensive. For instance, my BQool subscription is like $1,000 a year if you buy the yearly plan. My Inventory Lab is like $480 a year if you buy the yearly plan. And so those are really expensive things, but if you have that kind of money and you want to bless someone who does reselling, you could definitely do that for them. I would just talk to them about what they actually want to use. And I do have some reviews to BQool and to Inventory Lab if they're interested in that as well and just learning more about it. But that could be a really cool gift. There's one bonus, and that's a sub to my YouTube channel. But that's more of a present for me, to be honest. And I guess I'm a reseller, so I guess that's a present that I would want. And if you don't want to sub, just drop it a like. That actually does more than subscribing does most of the time, honestly. Those are my thoughts. Everything that I'd be pumped to open up as a present as an Amazon reseller. Well, not everything. But since they're the reseller, don't forget to give them the sales receipt too, because they might know where to find it for much cheaper. We always find the deals. If you do use the links down below, that would mean a lot to me if you want to get any of these things, or just shop on Amazon at all. If you go through my links, I'll still make a commission. But either way, watching this video this far is enough. But if you want to get into reselling or just figure out how to build an income for yourself that supports the life that you want it to, subscribe down below and watch yesterday's video here, since we're doing a video every day in December, and I'll see you tomorrow.